boom, and boom. And look. Ooh, it's full. It's full. Who'll be there? Who's out there? I know I got 2 viewers. I can see you. I can smell you. Smells like people. Chicken. Something like that. Who's out there? Let yourself be heard. Anybody? Anybody out there? I'm all alone. That's okay. I'll survive. I've survived worse than that. Much worse. Let's see. Where was I? Are you gonna pull up the map? Oh, you did pull up the map. Oh, how nice of you. Okay, I need to go here. That's right. Yesterday we killed Ifrit. Oh, it's Hentai King. Nah, man, you good? For certain parking in front. God damn it. How you doing, Sparky? How you doing, Hentai? Man, no, you good. That RX-7, if what you're trying to do is functionality, but if you're trying to be pretty, like, I'm just gonna be honest with you, it ain't pretty. But if it's functional, it ain't gotta be pretty. It's just gotta be functional. And if you're just trying to make it faster, then yeah, supercharger don't it is a good thing to have when you gotta do that. So I've made a decision this week, and I'm not regretting it, but I am very sore. I am dropping all cardio from my workout routine, except for like walks in the morning. You run turbo superchargers separately. You really, well, I mean, it depends on, like, there's some really nice vehicles out there that have. I've seen it where a straight six was supercharged and had the God damn it. If I can think, I need more coffee. I have seen it where a vehicle that had a straight six did have a supercharger and it did have a turbo on it. But it's all about the piston at that point. Can the piston take that much compression? So I hit the head of his pistons was that much steel. I want to say it was almost 2 inches of straight steel. Like he had to custom make his own shit in order to handle the extra pressure. The block was fine because it was like a bulletproof block, but it was the piston head that had the hardest time with it. Because that's your moving part, right? It's the part's most likely to be damaged, right? So I mean, it's just one of those. But it's digits that you're doing it on, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, you know, I'm definitely a big RX-7 guy. I definitely love the idea of the rotary engine. I think the rotary engine is an amazing idea, and I would love to own an RX-7. It is one of my favorite cars. My favorite body style is definitely always going to be the 1963 split rear window Corvette. It's just my favorite. For some reason I love it, and I love the fact that the federal government like stepped in and said you can't do that, and they were like fuck you for 8 months while fighting it all the way up until like the end. And I think that tickles me pink as well, and it did make it like super super cool. See, and therein lies the problem. The RX-7 is not a drag strip car. You really should not be drag strip of an RX-7. An RX-7 is a longevity car. Its real claim to fame comes in when you take that sucker on a road course, because you can get a high amount of torque and horsepower out of a very small engine. And really, like, if you were ever in a small engine race where it's, you know, like a 4-cylinder versus a V versus that thing, that's where you really sing, right? Especially on a road course. It's because you can get a huge amount. Like, on paper, on paper, the rotary engine has no red line. Obviously, you're not going to be able to approach the speed of light, but on paper, if they can make it perfectly, if you just absolutely perfectly, you could theoretically have no red line. That's not the case. It's not reality, but it is kind of cool to say, like, on paper, there's no red line. But yeah, I mean, I love the. I never had it. I raced a Mitsubishi Eclipse all-wheel drive turbo, and I raced a 240SX, but I never was able to get the 240SX really off the ground because I stopped. The turbo, the RX, the Eclipse turbo, my wife rammed it into a pole and busted it up, and then I put it back together and I sold it to somebody who wrecked it again. So that really made me very, because I got the engine to the point where the only problem it had was a overheating issue. So I replaced. Oh, you're getting Margaret. You know, my best friend's actually coming out this today, and he called me last night at like around midnight because he's a douchebag, and asked me out for beers tonight. So apparently I'm going out drinking with my buddy tonight. I'm just gonna, since my wife has to work in the morning, I'm just gonna make her not drink, and I'll drink, and that way she can be the D. The D. Oh! I'm thinking about, Sparky, I'm gonna make a revision to the times. I'm gonna make a revision to the times. Be careful, dude. I live in like the nicest place. I'm not big on bars. I'll be very honest with you. I don't like them. I never saw a point to a bar, ever. I never saw the point to a bar. I'm like, why wouldn't I just go and buy myself some hard liquor and go home? like I never understood it. Like, why wouldn't I just buy myself some hard liquor and go home? Like, there's two things. Like, okay, there was a time when you could go to a bar and hit on a girl, right? But now, that's creepy. There was a time you could go out and try to strike up a conversation with a girl and socialize and be around people. But now, that's harassment, right? So you could go to a stripper bar, but that doesn't make much sense to go to a stripper bar. If I can't really see anything and I can't really do anything, why wouldn't I just stay home with an $8 bottle of Jack, or like a $20 bottle of Jack, and internet porn? Because at least then I can come to a happy ending. Like, it doesn't make any sense in the cultural climate, the way that we have made it seem like any man trying to hit on a woman, or trying to, like I was watching this TikTok the other day of a girl going like, guys, why do you go up and try to talk to women that you don't know? It's super weird and creepy. And the only thing that I could think was, every single couple ever didn't know each other at some point, and somebody had to introduce them. Right? Whether it was the guy going up and talking to the girl going up and talking to the guy. or whatnot. Like, but this is the attitude in large, right? When it comes to women and men trying to get to know them, and obviously not every woman, but most women, and really the difference between a creepy guy coming up and talking to them and a guy that's oh, he's so sweet, is whether or not she actually finds them attractive. But and that's fine. That's fine. The problem really in lies the risk versus reward. The risk is very high that she does not find you attractive. I mean, we know this from little apps on the phone and whatnot, that women will weed through 80% of men mentally and only find 20% attractive. Only respond to around 20%, right? When it just based on just looks. Women mentally, and that's fine because they have a filter. Women have a filter for genetics when they're looking at guys. This is the reason why it's hard to determine what women find attractive, is because they actually naturally have a filter in their brains to filter out genetic properties that they don't want versus genetic properties they do, which is fine. It's just that it's a really high risk that she does not find you attractive, which means that if she doesn't find you attractive, you go straight from being, you could be a really nice guy, right, and not mean anything. You're just seeing if she likes you to. Now you're a creepy guy, and you're that creeper, and every time you walk past her, you're that one creeper who hit on her that one time. And like women hold on to that shit, right? Women kind of hold on to that shit, and they will tell all their friends what a creepy guy you are for hitting on them that one time, right? And it was like, look, all I did was shoot my shot. You said no. We moved on with our lives. But for some women out there, that is nowhere near the end of it, because every time you have that conversation, like, oh yeah, I saw that guy Jen over there. Oh yeah, one time he hit on me. It was super creepy. Like he was super awkward. It was super creepy. And so you have this reputation of being super creepy in wherever you're at, right? I mean, it's just, there's no acceptable, like, again, going back to bars, there's no acceptable place in society where you can walk up to a woman and say, hey, my name is Jen, I think you're very attractive, do you mind sitting down talking to me for a minute, right, to see if we're compatible. There just isn't anymore. I mean, again, and yeah, you're right. I mean, it can be approached, but it's still risk versus reward. The risk that the risk that a woman is going to reject a man making a going to hit on them is very high. The chances are she's gonna say no. Chances are she's gonna say no. And it's acceptable. Like, guys are used to that. Like, you see this on dating apps. A guy will go down a huge list of women, and just say, hey, how you doing, or put a pithy, like, copy and paste a pithy one liner to like 25, 30 women, and maybe two will respond, right? Maybe two will respond. And guys are used to this. Like, guys are used to this. What I'm trying, and I'm not trying to say that the woman's response to is bad. I'm saying for the male, the risk versus the reward is actually, it's not even. There's a very high risk in person that he's going to be rejected versus if he just goes onto an app, copy and paste the same one-liner to 30 women, and two of them respond, and then he's going to see if he is compatible with those two women, versus me going to a bar and doing a pithy one-liner, or going up and saying hi and being rejected face to face. Now she knows my face. She maybe she knows me from somewhere. What if this is a person I actually work with and I didn't recognize her on my time off? Now I can accidentally get a sexual harassment suit. Things like that. Like, these things, and as a guy, these things are going on in the back of my head That's why I don't go to bars. Like, straight up, that's why I don't. That's why I don't. That's why I don't go to bars. Because when I was growing up, this is what was in my head. Right? I mean, I'm just being very honest, and I'm not blaming women for this. I'm not saying this is not like a woman's bad or anything. It's what I am saying is this is the way that our culture is. We have demonized men hitting on women, right? What's up, Vol? We've demonized men hitting on women to the point where it's not worth it. Like the only acceptable way to go to hit on a woman is to download an app, put a couple photos of yourself up, put a little profile, and I don't know if that's bad or good. I don't know if that's bad or good. I don't know. You didn't show up. You were so excited. Hentai, I will tell you, and I've told most young men I know this. My advice to you, my advice to all young men is to not worry about getting a girl. That ain't my fault. Hold on, we'll talk about it here in a second, Evan. That ain't my advice to all young men is to not worry about women until, what's up, Zav? Is to not worry about getting a girl until you have a stable job, a place to stay, and a car. When you have those three things, when you can have your own place, you're able to provide your own food, and you have means of transportation. When you have those three things, you no longer need to chase after women. Women will chase after you. What's up? Jen, speak closer to the mic. I think that's just you, bud. My mic is like maxing out here. Every time I talk, like I don't want to get any closer to it. I think you may need to turn me up. Because I know this mic, and this is a really nice mic. Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I'm actually gonna have to turn it back down again. This is a really loud mic. Yeah. All right. Cool. But I mean, there's no point in you chasing after women that don't want you to chase after them, right? Again, the risk versus reward. It's nothing wrong with women. It's nothing wrong with women. I'm definitely not saying that there's anything wrong with women in this whole thing. My thesis here is, when you don't have those things, you are approaching women from a position of disadvantage. Okay? You're approaching women from a position of that they will have all of the power in the relationship, and no one party should have all of the power in any relationship, right? Your approach to it, and women actually look for an individual that is able to provide. So your pool of women who are more willing to accept you. Is it working? Oh, it shouldn't be on. Oh, there you go. I don't know why it was on. But the pool of women who are willing to accept you becomes larger when you as a man have a means of transportation, food, you're able to supply your own food, and a place to stay. There's Tommy. Nice. Yes, sir. There we go. But when you have those three things, the pool of women that are willing to accept you is much, much, much larger, which means that you can take a step back and you have a better pool to choose from, right? It's the same thing of when women are highly attractive, the amount of men who will try to go after them is much larger, so they get to take a step back, and it depends on her priorities, right? But here, you've reversed that. You are now attractive to women because you are able to provide. Like, you can't really change your looks. You can go work out, and I do advise everybody to go and work out. I do advise everybody to go and work out. That's just the basics. Go do something. It doesn't necessarily mean weight training, but it could be hey, I want to go play soccer. I want to go do something physical. Do something physical. But for young men on this track, my advice is those three things: be able to provide a place to stay, be able to provide food, and be able to provide a means of transportation. And then your pool of women is much larger. And in that at that point, if you start dating an individual and she ends up being crazy, or she ends up being just not a good fit for you, that's okay. You do not need to be invested so much into a person when you find them disagreeable. You just say, hey, you know what, we tried this, it didn't work out, we're not meshing well. And there's nothing wrong with her. Just because a deal goes south just means that a deal goes south. What's up, dude? But no, Evan, look, I mean, I feel like I told you, I gave you that night. I was actually looking forward to it, and I totally understand. So we're gonna set up another time to do it. Did Sparky? I mean, shade. There has been no shade as of yet, Evan. There has been no shade as of yet. There you go. You got it. You are the first. Teaching us to be. That's not Chad. When you were, and I'm not advocating for you to be Chad. Chad is an individual who shows up, has big muscles, and says you will have sex with me. I do not advocate. If your paradigm is that you want a long-lasting relationship with something meaningful, you want to go out and find a woman that you feel like you can settle down with and have children with, then first off, she has to have a good temperament. First off, she has to have a good temperament. Like, you get some crazy ass women out there. I mean, I get that guys need to bring something to the table, and that's also what I'm advocating for. But what should a woman bring to you? She needs a good temperament, right? You need to be able to put up with her. She is going to have psycho times. She's going to be crazy at times. I do not know a woman who is not crazy. And I'm like, it's kind of like running into a guy that's not an asshole, right? They don't really exist. They don't really exist. All guys are assholes at some point, right? Just like all women are crazy at some point. Y'all crazy, okay? It's okay. We accept this about women. Honestly, it kind of makes the relationship a little bit more fun. It's fine, right? All men are assholes. Trust me. If you're not an asshole to your wife every once in a while, she's gonna get bored with you. And it's weird, but true. Usually people just get married to first, second woman. Yeah, and that is not what I'm advocating for. My grandmother told me, mind you, my grandmother told me this. My grandma told me this, and I took it, and I was, at the time that I asked my wife to marry me, I was dating, I think, 6 women, okay? And I've been married 20 damn years. Well, 19 this September. All right? She looked at me straight to my face. She goes, I don't understand you young people today. I don't understand you young people today. When your grandfather asked me to marry him, I told him I had to think about it. I went on a date the next night. And after the date, I told that young man that it was nice to date him. I appreciated him. But I think I was getting married. Now, mind you, when my grandmother was going on dates, it was a time period where you didn't have sex with every person that you were dating. Okay? So what I do mean is personality-wise, a mesh of personalities. Because sex only gets you so far. And then you two either can mesh personality-wise and can put up with each other, or you can't. And I'll tell you, yeah, well, I wasn't having sex with all 6 of them. right? I mean, this is the reason why, this is the reason why a lot of times taking sex out of the equation can be very important, right? And don't get me wrong, I had sex. It was just that I was trying to check personalities. I was trying to check personalities because the personality, like, sex will only get you so far, but every girl that you walk into can have sex with you. Every girl that you walk into can have sex with you. Like, that's a given right there. She may be boring, but there's things around that, right? But every girl can have sex with you. All right? But not every girl can you stand. Not every girl can be a good companion for you. Like, if you run into a girl, she fucks real good, and you get blinded by good ass pussy, and then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, your vehicle's tires are slashed because you didn't respond to a text message within 15 minutes. That's a bad mesh. I don't care how good that pussy is. Right? I mean, that is the long, and that's really what I'm saying here. Is I mean, that's the reason why you should not be trying to have sex right off the bat. Because it doesn't matter. When you're talking about a partner, like, if all you're trying to do is go out and fuck, then go out and fuck. But if you're trying to sit back, you're trying to evaluate that woman as a lifelong a lifelong partner, right? As a lifelong partner, because it's a long fucking time. Then you need to sit back and evaluate that person as a lifelong partner, and not whether or not she's good in bed. Because that is two wildly different things. It could be friends at first, but then you risk on her end being in the friend zone. And I'll tell you, when I'm evaluating somebody as a lifelong partner and I get stuck in the friend zone, I immediately break off. I'm done. I'm not going to sit here and pine for you. I'm not going to simp for you. I'm done. Have a good day. You can do that. You can do a connection as friends first. But if you get stuck in that friend zone and she's like, "Oh, you're the greatest friend. You're so amazing as my friend." Like, you're done. The chances are she will never see you as a sexual partner. Chances are after that she will never see you as a sexual partner. Start a podcast. Nobody gonna listen to my podcast. Nobody gonna listen to that. But I mean, you get what I'm saying though, right? Chances are, she's not going to see you as a sexual partner, right? I know you would, but you're here, so I don't need to, because you're already here listening. I don't even know how to start a podcast. I don't even know what I'm doing. But I mean, and I think, like, when it comes to you as a man evaluating a woman, like, I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. You need to masturbate before you go on that date. As many times as it takes to clear your goddamn head. When you are looking at a woman to be a lifelong partner, you need to drain that snake. You need a clear head before you go on that date, man. I'm telling you right now, you need to clear your head before you go on that date. Because there's no way that you can evaluate her as a life partner if you're staring at her tits the entire time. That's okay. So what? Dude, were you not here at the beginning? The chances of a woman that's going to find you attractive and want to date you is very low. When I was dating, I would ask out like 25 women, and maybe 2 would say yes. And all I would just go through is just, hey, do you want to go out? 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 Like copy paste that shit. Yeah, right. I mean, well, it's just a good mental. It's just good to clear your head. It is a good idea to clear your head before you do. Like if I'm going, something that I have found is that if I'm having a discussion with my wife beforehand and I'm getting too aggressive and too angry, I tell her pause and then I walk away. I go, well, take care of myself, and I come back and revisit it, and I'm much less angry. Like there are times where I've, like, even as my wife, I will sit down and talk with her, and if I am too aggressive, I got to go get rid of some testosterone, right? Sometimes that means hitting the gym, right? So I'll give you for instance, my wife and I have a trip planned to Bermuda in November, and she was telling me that there may be a case where she's unable to go because of conditions at her job. They may cancel her vacation. I'm getting angry at something that's a hypothetical. And really, I shouldn't be angry unless we cross that bridge. But I mean, I don't want to go into that, but I really shouldn't be angry. And I just told her, I'm done talking about this because I'm getting angry. And it's still like, even right now, I'm holding back being pissed off, right? So, I take a step back, I clear my head, and then I revisit it a little bit later. Because I think that that's unreasonable, where we've had, I don't want to go into it because that will be a complete rant that nobody wants to listen to. I don't even want to listen to it. Right? But I was getting mad at a hypothetical. And I didn't need to be mad at a hypothetical. Right? Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, and I'm not an advocate for simping. I am, I will be honest, it upsets me that OnlyFans makes so much money. It does not upset me that women use OnlyFans to pay their bills. I completely understand that. There's a market for it, and they have the goods. By all means, girls, use what nature gave you. It upsets me that men go there and pay these women money because they are so lonely, and they're sitting there hoping that eventually these women will have sex with them. It upsets me that men are that dumb. Like, that's the part of it. It does not upset me that women do it. It upsets me that men are that dumb. It really does hurt me that men are that dumb. Like, I've seen entire channels where guys are talking about how hard they simp for women. I advertise on one of those. And that upsets me that men are that dumb. Why? Why would you give your money to a woman who's never gonna know you, doesn't give a shit about you? Why would you give your resources to that person? Why? I don't understand why you as a man, as a boy or a man, would give your resources to a woman that could give two shits about you. I don't get it. Like, what did I say at the beginning of this? Have those three things: a means to feed yourself, a place to stay, and transportation. If you have those things and you've invested in yourself to the point where you're able to have those things, you do not need to chase women from that point on out. They will chase you. They will. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. If you have those three things, they will come after you. You do not need to chase them. They will gravitate to you. I'd say yourself to be the best you. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that women need to be the best them as well. I got a whole talk for this for women. But we're not talking about women right now. We're talking about men. Right? And the reason why I talk I talk to the men more than women is because there's millions of channels dedicated to pumping up women. There's like a couple hundred that are dedicated to pumping men up. That's the reason why I talk about this more towards men than I do women, is because the ratio is really lopsided. There's millions and millions of channels that are dedicated to making women feel good about if they're fat, if they're skinny, if they're ugly, if they're furry. Like, be what you want to be, girl. You go, girl. Girl power, right? But nobody sits back and says to that guy who was abused mentally by his ex-girlfriend, you know what? She didn't deserve you. Really, no one does. No one sits by and says, you know what, man? She was the wrong person. It wasn't you, and this wasn't your fault. It was a bad mesh between the two of you. There really isn't. There is no one out there really, not famous, and every guy who tries is immediately demonized. Is immediately, oh, he's a far-right activist or some ridiculousness like politics has to do with making men feel good about themselves and trying to teach young men how to be better men. Like, I don't even know how politics comes into that. Right? I mean, and it's frustrating to me. And again, no one's out there telling these men, like, everybody's out there criticizing women for having an OnlyFans and calling her a slut for having an OnlyFans. But no one's out there going like, God damn it, these men are stupid. These men who go out there and pay their money instead of investing that in themselves and pays their money to OnlyFans when there's literally free porn out there. This is not okay. Because, like, again, I don't think that women are bad for doing the OnlyFans. I can't be mad at a market that exists and you're supplying the demand. I'm not mad about that. I am mad that there's so many men out there willing to cash out thousands of dollars to women who don't care about them, who they're going to take off their clothes and masturbate on the camera. That's it. That's all they're going to do. Right? And it's not okay for men. That's not mentally healthy. It's not a mentally healthy thing. And it's scary to think that men are out there doing that to themselves. Yeah, well, damn, dude, more power to them. More power to them. Again, I'm not mad at the girls for doing this. I'm not. I am mad at the men. I'm mad at the men who did this. I'm mad at the men who propped up these women, right? And gave them their hard-earned money. Again, it's not the woman, it's the guy. Right? It's sad, but I think that comes back into why I don't like to go to bars. Because it comes to that risk versus reward. The risk is up here, the reward is really difficult to get to. The risk of hitting on women and trying to get a relationship is this high. But you might get this. You have a 1 in 5 chance of her reciprocating. Right? And that's the sad state of this, is that it's safer to simp for a girl. It's safer to give a girl on OnlyFans your money. It's safe. And therein lies the problem. It's safe. She's not gonna reject your money. She's not gonna reject your money. It's safer. It's less messy. It's a transaction. And guys think in those terms a lot of the times. It's sad. It's sad that trying to date a woman is so scary right now. It is sad that trying to date a woman is so scary right now. And it is. Anytime you hit on a girl, it's so scary. It's so scary to hit on a girl. But it's not scary to turn on that OnlyFans, and then when you donate $15, she says, "Oh, thank you, Hentai King." Right. I got you. I got you. But let's get off. I'm off my rant. Guys, stay away from OnlyFans. Work on yourselves. Get the Holy Trinity. I mean, it's not that hard to go out on an app and get laid. If you need to get laid, it's not that hard to get laid. Really, it isn't. Swipe a bunch of times. Tell 50 women hi. 5 of them will respond to you. Talk to those girls. Find one that wants to have sex. Go on a date. Fuck the bitch. Go get your one night stand. If you got to get your rocks off, seriously, not that hard. But if you want to put yourself into a position where you can have a relationship, have means to feed yourself, have a place to stay, have means of transportation. Those 3 things. You should be able to provide those 3 things before you start looking for a relationship. If you can't, my advice to you is continue working on yourself. Yeah. You can go out and get yourself a fuck bitch any time of the week. There ain't no end of single moms that want to fuck. Let's just be honest. There ain't no end of single moms that want to fuck. Nope. Right? But when it comes down to that relationship, and the thing of it, another thing of it is, and you'll find this out when you start to get a little older. You will start to find this out when you get a little older. Can you guys still hear me? Everybody, can you guys still hear me? But you will find this out when you start to get a little older. The older you get, honestly, the older you get, like in your 30s, you'll have more women chasing you in your 30s than you will in your 20s. I'm just going to be very honest. Women in large tend to go after young older men. Women in large. Right? Again, averages have nothing to do with an individual. Individuals are individuals. We're talking about averages, right? Averages. Never say all women, but individuals literally have nothing to do with averages, right? Because if it was, I would not be able to do what I'm doing. Yeah. We need a podcast. I don't even know how to launch a podcast. Not effectively. Not one that I would think anybody would like sit down and listen to. Like I've you know, I could try something. Maybe that's what I'll make the YouTube channel. Is start to make it a little podcasty. I don't know. There's some guys out there that just make really wonderful videos. I don't even know what I would dedicate the channel to. Like just talking relationships? Like I don't even know. You listen all day. What's this? What's this? You know, I love his neck tattoos. I really like his neck tattoos. Like, I want one, but I would never be employed ever again. I would never be employed ever again. Joe Rogan pod just like this. Well, no, you know what? The really cool thing about Joe Rogan is that he has people come over to his house, and he was like in a position to get people to come over to his house so he could sit down and talk with them. I love Joe Rogan conversations, right? And yeah, he just talks about random stuff. But I would need somebody that I could just talk to, that I could just sit and, over and over and over again. Like, I don't expect like really high level people, but I mean, that's a lot of work to just sit and talk, right? That's a lot of work to just sit and talk to people. Because you got to find people to sit and talk to. You know what we could do? There's a lot of people that I could sit and talk to. Just random stuff. Just sit here with my cig of weed and talk to people. You pay. Sparky's like, I volunteer as tribute. Yeah, you know what? You do. You are. Sparky is my one patron. She's been giving me $1 a month since January. $1. Every time she says the payment went through, I go, I got $1. I got $1. I got $1. Hey, hey, hey. She is my one Patreon. That is so funny. No one else has like even clicked on it, I think. No one else has like even clicked on it. I always said if I could get to $20 a month on Patreon, right? And basically that pays for like this whole setup, all these transitions, right? Like this all costs money, believe it or not. If I could get to that, like I have to pay $20 a month for that, $5 a month for the Discord, being able to do. Oh, don't forget tomorrow, guys. Since I got this many viewers, tomorrow on the Discord, after stream, immediately after stream, I'm gonna stream for 4 hours, probably like 8 to noon. Immediately after stream, that's Mountain Standard Time. We are going to do a watch party, and we're gonna watch the new Suicide Squad. We're gonna watch the new Suicide Squad. So don't forget about that. We're gonna do that. New Suicide Squad came out yesterday, and I am totally stoked to watch it. But like I was going, let me go back to that. Me being able to stream that in full 1080p so you guys can hear it. That costs money. Like it all kind of costs money. So tomorrow, don't forget that. Right after stream, everybody jump into the general chat, and we're gonna do a watch party. Nobody give me money during the watch party. That is illegal. Can't give me money during the watch party. But you can, I am trying to. We are so close, guys. We are so close to monetizing the channel on Twitch. Like seriously, the only thing I need right now, is 3 concurrent viewers. 3. That's it. So right now we're sitting at probably about 4 or 5 concurrent viewers, and last week I did 3.3. It's like I need a couple hours. I need a couple like 2 or 3 weeks solid of having a CCV of 3. That's concurrent viewership. Right? We are so close to actually monetizing the Twitch channel. We are very, 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 very close. All right? Which, honestly, I didn't think I would ever be saying that. I didn't think, when I came back over here and I changed my times on the weekends, I didn't think I would be saying that. I honestly didn't. I didn't think that we would even come close, but we are actually really, really, really close. I am so surprised that I am not sitting here just talking to myself. Honest. One of the things that if you guys want to help, I know that right now it's not monetized, but if you guys want to help, sharing the stream helps immensely. Sharing the stream, like just saying, hey, on Facebook or Twitter or whatever your social, your social, there should be a share button. Sharing the stream honestly makes an enormous difference. We got like 5 people in here, and if you guys all share it, then we might have 15, right? Just saying, hey, because there's always somebody who watches Twitch out there looking for a streamer that they enjoy. And if they don't enjoy me, that's fine. Like I'm not worried about being rejected, but if we can find the people that do enjoy the content, that do want to sit here and listen, sharing the stream is honestly the best way. It's better than even being a Patreon. Sharing the stream, and it's free. Like, hey, come and when you say to your friends, hey, you got to check this guy out. He's really cool. That really that honestly helps. That helps a lot. All right, but let's get back to it. Unless you guys want to continue talking about this, and I am working on getting some co-hosts, guys. I am working on trying to get some co-hosts and people to push back. Like, if you have somebody to suggest that's around where my viewership is, again, around where my viewership is, because like Asmongold's not going to come on my stream. Thank you, Evan. But like Asmongold's not going to come on my stream. Okay, with his 2 million followers, I got like 100. But if you got somebody who gets around the same viewership as me, who you think, you would want me, like you are going to suggest it to me or whatnot, say, you can go into their stream and say, hey, you're pretty cool. I think you would, like, I want to do another co-stream with Fargas here. We just haven't been able to find a game that we're both playing because he plays mostly first-person shooters and I don't play those. I think we might be able to do a co-stream when it comes to New World. I got a friend of mine. His name's Code. There should be a link to his. There should be a link to his Ventrilo, or not Ventrilo. Oh my god, I'm old. His Discord in my server. Somewhere. Code's pretty cool. When do I want to play Pacify? Well, I wanted to play it last night, Evan. But somebody was like, I've been excited for this for a whole week, and I couldn't be bothered to stay up one night to play with Jin. Okay? Pow! I said it. I said it, Evan. I said it, and I don't feel bad. Your parents would destroy your setup. Fair enough. Fair enough. No, I didn't realize that it was going to be like 2 a.m. for you. I would say the only thing that advice I could give you is make sure that you have a little bit more attention to detail when it comes to the time that I say. I didn't say 6 a.m. I said 6 p.m. and I said it several times. And Google's a thing where you can Google one time zone to the next. Let me see what I can do. I've got this week off, Evan. I got this week off. So I'll probably be doing a few extra streams. All right, and maybe this Friday I can do it at 6 a.m. so we can hit a time. Let me think on it for a while. I need to make sure I don't. So I took the week off of my job and paid time off of my job this week so I could get a few paperwork things done. Monday I'm going to be busy. Like, I'm immediately going to be going out to get some stuff done. And I kind of want to do some live streams like I did when it came to the fireworks show. You guys remember the fireworks show that I streamed? I don't know if anybody really watched. I think like 2 people watched it. I had some technical issues I'm still trying to figure out with my phone. Yeah, I mean, I've got the week off, and this, if I do recall, this week marks me streaming for 1 year. Not on Twitch. I'm combining caffeine. If I had to go to Twitch, then we got to go all the way to like January for Twitch. But for caffeine, like the time that I started when I met Sparky and most of you guys, this week Thursday. Okay, so you might either need to celebrate or have a pick-me-up. But yeah, like me meeting Sparky, me meeting everybody. So this week actually marks the 1 year, because this is August, and I started last year in August. So I think this is 1 year. Yeah, right. It's been a breeze. It's been a blast. Like I can't believe. Um, like I said, is I'm sitting here. When I first started doing it, I was like, I'm just gonna start streaming, and I don't care if anybody watches me, right? And then here I am, where I basically expect people to come in. Like I know there's gonna be a few people coming in. I never thought that I would say that. Like honestly, when I started, there was a time when I streamed and all I did was stream video games, and then like somebody would hop in and not even last through the ads. And now I got people who were like, "Oh, Jen's on. I'm gonna go watch Jen." Yeah, Jen's on. I'm gonna go watch Jim. I'm gonna go watch him. He's cool. Um, it's see what games do I play? A wide range. I've been playing a good bit of Warhammer. I was in the New World beta, and I mean they did push it back a month, but I will be once New World comes out. I will be playing a good bit of that. Um, 7 Days to Die. I cannot wait for. I got a video I want to put out. As to the reason why I haven't been playing 7 Days to Die lately. So I am gonna sit down and talk about that, probably just on a more podcasty type deal on YouTube. I'll probably just sit down and get my thoughts together and just put out a video on it. I don't know how good or bad it'll be, but I'm just gonna go into the reasons why I haven't been doing it lately. Um, I'm waiting for Alpha 20 to come out. It looks good. It looks amazing. They need to fucking put out what they got. I mean, but we'll see. I'm playing a good bit of Final Fantasy 14 until New World comes out. I'm putting in some Final Fantasy. And if you didn't already follow, guys, drop me a follow. If you like what you're seeing. This is kind of like the way my streams go. But I'm doing a good bit of Final Fantasy 14. I did just buy 90 days of Final Fantasy 14. My goal is before New World comes out to get through all the main content on Final Fantasy 14 and to level up to max level. So I will be buying the other expansions. And going through the main storyline. I mean that seems like what everybody's doing. But so 7 Days to Die. I'm gonna be playing some Pacify with Evan. If you guys don't know what that is, go. I mean, we can watch it right now. It's like a horror game. I love horror games. Phasmophobia, love Phasmophobia. So I think MMOs, Phasmophobia, Warhammer. Sorry, Total War Warhammer. I've already pre-ordered Total War Warhammer 3. Love me some Warhammer, guys. Love me some Warhammer. I already played through that. It's not a horror game, dude. It's not. It's a fun story with horror aspects to it, but it's not a horror game. Yeah, I mean it's I think I got burnt out on Resident Evil. I think yeah, I'm gonna be very honest. Like I was always a Silent Hill person. Love me some good Silent Hill. I absolutely adore Silent Hill. I'm sad that Silent Hill didn't take off the same way that Resident Evil did. Um, but yeah, I mean, I played it through. I it's okay, but I think I would love to see another Silent Hill come out than a Resident Evil. Like they need to. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that Silent Hill had over Resident Evil. Okay, and this was true for the first two, but not for the rest of the Silent Hills. Okay, Silent Hill was an adventure because they saw Resident Evil did well. Ooh, yes, Conjuring game. Yeah, the Conjuring. Yes. 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 But Resident Evil or sorry, Silent Hill was actually made and the company that made that game contracted several psychologists who specialized in fear to come and make the game with them. All right? So that they could put the player into different phobias that eventually you were going to be scared during the game. And so these consultants came in and told them, if you want them to be afraid, you need to make it feel like this, or you need to isolate the character, or you need to go completely have no smell, sight, or sound at this particular time and whatnot. That's not true for 3, 4, 5, 6, all the other ones. Homecoming, right? Yeah. Pyramid Pyramid Head was creepy, but yeah, I mean, they just didn't really, it got corporatized after the second one, right? Which is what happens when a game is successful. It's what happens when a game is successful. Eventually a game is successful, it gets corporatized, and instead of trying to be innovative and push technology, you have a guy who's sitting in an office saying, well, my statistics show that if we do this at this time, more people will be scared. Right? And they really don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You like Resident Evil 4? See, I think I played 1 through 2, and that's it. Like, I never really played... I have Resident Evil 7, but I don't think I finished it. The one game that creeps you out is Siren Head? Siren Head? I don't know this game. Hold on. I don't know the game. Sirenhead. Siren Head. Or hold on, guys, I can't see what you're saying. Siren Head. Right. Let's see. When it wasn't even... Yeah, well, I would do that same thing. We're just looking at games right now. Oh, I've seen. I haven't played this game, but I've seen it. See, I've played a little bit of The Force. I got to do that in VR. Do I play first-person shooters? There are some first-person shooters. I think honestly, I got burnt out in first-person shooters when I was in the army, because that was like the only thing that the guys in my unit would play, except for World of Warcraft. Okay, I kind of get this. It's a creepy town. There's a bit of a storyline to it, and then you've got the guy that's a... Oh, cool, bunker. Nice. Let's see, it says, Siren is the first-person horror game based on Trevor Anderson's artwork. You are stuck with your car in the middle of a dark forest with nothing but your flashlight, seeking escape. Yeah, that's cool. Tomorrow's Community Day. Tomorrow is community. Like, oh, I'll show you guys this. Hold on, let's go to my wish list real quick. I want to play this game. This is a VR, old-timey Japanese RPG. I want to play this. I want to play this so bad, dude. It's supposed to come out this year. Like, I guarantee we're gonna be streaming this. I literally, the one of the biggest reasons I left Caffeine was because of this game, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to stream on VR. On Caffeine. Forwarded. Yeah, this game, I played the demo of it. I had so much fun, I played the demo through 3 times. Oh, Forewarned. Yeah, that comes out here pretty soon, too. I think that's on my wish list. Yeah, right here. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. I will be right back. What VR should you get? We'll talk about that when I get back. That's a good question. We'll talk about that when I get back. You know the one thing I hate after leg day? The one thing I hate after leg day? Oh, God. Is trying to sit down after leg day. Oh, God. Let's see, where are we at here? Let me get caught up. So I have a question. What's your favorite video game? Let's see what. Rainbow Six. Okay, not bad. FIFA. Okay, I mean, very European, but yeah, okay. Fortnite Siege. Okay. Fortnite's cool. Yeah, I never played Fortnite. I just missed like the bandwagon. See, Borderlands really good. Saints Row's good. Saints Row's good. Siege is a good game. You love leg day, dude. It's I did a leg press. I hadn't done leg day in a while. I've been focusing too much on cardio, because I've been trying to lose fat, but it's not working. So I'm just gonna go back to just straight weight training. But I was still able to leg press 450 pounds yesterday, so I think I can go higher. I think I can go higher than 450. Once I get a little bit of I'm willing to bet that I can end up around 800 pounds to 1,000 at the end of once I'm done. Do skipping or running. I was doing cardio machines because I have arthritis in my knees. All right, so VRs. Let's talk about VRs actually. Should I change this to just chatting? I feel like it's false advertisement at this point. Hold on. So yeah, I mean, no, that's a good question. Let's talk about. Let's talk about them at this point. All right, so when it comes to VR headsets, what you really need to do is identify what you want to do with your headset. Okay? If you're willing to spend like $2,500 to make sure you have a good VR experience, HTC Vive Pro or the new one that's coming out, right? With full body tracking and 5 sensors and a really good computer and whatnot. But if you want something that you can just play, your computer's shit and you just want to play it, you want to go with the Oculus Quest series. Now they've been removed. They've been removed. The Oculus Quest has been removed off a lot of that, but you can get one for a couple $100. They're really cheap and they work on their own. They're really good, they're really cheap, and they work on their own. Oculus Quest, dollar for dollar, is the best headset. Dollar for dollar. Dollar for dollar is the best headset. Hands down, no discussion. The best headset, if price is not is the HTC Vive Pro. All right, and if you get the whole thing, like this is $1,200 to start. To start. All that gets you is the headset, shit controllers. These controllers are absolute shit. You're going to throw them away as soon as you get them, because you're going to get the knuckles instead. And then you need body trackers. You need a bunch of body trackers. Right? Like this one. This is a good price, actually. That's not bad. But you want the knuckles. You want the HTC knuckles. So you're going to get rid of those ones, and you're going to spend another, like, seriously, you'll be in at $2,500. You'll be in at, like, $2,500 for a really good headset. But here's the thing, guys. This and my real advice to anybody, like, if you just want to get in and you just want to play, and it's not quite Ready Player One, but if you just want to get into VR, go with the Oculus Quest series. They're really good. It's really fun. You get access to the Oculus Quest store and the Steam. Like it's yeah. If you're just wanting to play, Oculus Quest for most people is going to be the best way to go. But if you want something that is really that has expandability, and right now, and I stress right now, that it has expandability and that you can keep for a while, then you want to go with one of the HTC Vive Pros or what they're coming out with next. Because it works with everything. Because it works with basically everything. Okay? And it has expandability. You could do full body tracking, which is great for VR. Especially if you want to play games like... Work Simulator is stupid. Especially if you want to play games like VR Chat. VR Chat really, really, really is made for full body tracking. It is really, really, really made for full body tracking. And if you really want to do VR Chat effectively, full body tracking is kind of a must, right? So, but yeah, these controllers that they come with, like the ones with the Quest, are good, but these are the best controllers on the market right now. Right here, individual super hot's good. Individual finger movement tracking, like you can literally just whoop, you can. I mean, you can just You can, every you don't have to worry about emotes. All of your fingers are individually tracked. It's really great. It has, but here's my real advice to you on it. Here's my real advice to you. No, I didn't. I just haven't played it lately. Here's my real advice to you. If you want to get in and you just want to play some virtual reality and you really don't care, go for the Quest. It's standalone. It's cheap comparatively to the rest of them. If you're serious and you want to really see some cool shit in VR and you want something that's completely immersive, it's not out yet. It's not out yet. There's a reason why I still have an old-ass Rift from, like, 2014. There has been nothing released at an effective price that makes me sit back and go, shit, fuck yeah. There's some cool games that have been released, but there's not been anything hardware-wise that really makes me really want a VR headset. A new one, I mean. So there's my advice when it comes to VR headsets. Take it or leave it. Right? Like I'm honestly waiting until something really good comes out. So I mean that's my long and the short of how I feel about what's going on. Is I haven't seen anything. Like, there's some really cool concepts. There's some AR shit that you're gonna see come out for Pokemon Go. Imagine being able to walk home from work and seeing like a Pikachu run out of somewhere. So augmented reality. There's some really cool shit coming out, but it's not out yet. It's just not out yet. Like it's you really need to know that VR, I wouldn't say it's an infant anymore, probably like a toddler. Right? Like it's walking little, but it's still falling on its ass a lot. Right? We're not at a, if we're at a crawl, walk, run phase, we're between crawl and walk. Like we're at that point where we're getting up a little bit, but still falling back down a little bit. Right? I mean, we're right there. We're right in that transition. So things are coming along. There are full body trackers, but here's the thing is we need something that we can sell to the masses. Right? I mean, you got some things, some people are trying to actually do a full on what's that game? Sword Art Online, where you basically have sensors in the back of your skull, and it feeds feeling senses and whatnot directly to your brain. You've probably guys seen the one where they basically drill a hole in your head and put an implant in, and then you can like hook up to programs. Like, no shit, this is a thing. Like, it sits under the skin, right? So there's some shit in development, but there's like a full body tracking system where you can feel like impacts and whatnot. It vibrates and you can feel somebody touching you as well. But it's like $3,000 to get that full body thing, and there's only a couple hundred made right now. Like, they're gonna auction them off. They've got a couple bodies. They're actually gonna auction them off. I think at the bidding start bidding is a couple thousand. So, well, Evan, I expect that of you. I expect it. Okay, getting back to this, I really love this guy's neck tattoos.
I would go and get one. Like, I really like tattoos that go like around the neck. I think they look really cool, but you would never get hired again. Not for any good job. I just don't feel like if streaming ever became my business and I was making more than enough money to like do my whole family on that for some weird reason. Real game, let's go. I would go ahead and start getting like neck tattoos or whatever. I would have a little bit more fun. I only have like one tattoo, so just more talking. See, what is done, Thrance. You can ill blame yourself for every. There's my girl, Jen. So it is so good to see you. She changed her attitude. Regaling Minfila with your heroic exploits. Thrice told me everything you have done will well done to return to us. See, the perils you face were undeniably great, and yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear, and now we can put paid to our long investigation. Just more talking. As we suspected, the Amraja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal Ifrit. Dude, Ifrit was a badass, too. Like, he was kind of a pussy when he actually fought him, but I love the way Ifrit looked yesterday. I wasn't able to get to hear for a while. My wife wanted to watch a movie together. I didn't have a choice, guys. I didn't have a choice. That, Evan, like, ditched me to go do the sleep thing because he's scared of his parents or whatever. So it was what it was. I'm just saying. He kind of ditched me. Just kidding. Look, if you're the first one to say penis in my stream, I get to make fun of you. That is the rules. All right? That is the rules, Evan. Them's the rules. Come in here, you say penis, you get made fun of the rest of the stream. Long and short of it. See, this is a tale limited to Ulda. Similar incidents have been rife with both Lemissa and Lemissa and Lemeninsa and Guardia of late. Holy crap. He doesn't show up on Saturdays. Well, no, he usually shows up at like the end of stream. Like he shows up at the end. I don't know what to tell you. PM like, where the fuck you at, furry? No, don't say furry. Just say where the fuck you at. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in physical realm, primals must consume aether if they are to maintain their presence, and the stronger they become, the more aether they require. That's not really stronger. That's just yeah. Aether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates through the very air we breathe. Okay. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require more concentrated sources of aether crystals. It is for this reason that the incidents involving the crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Excuse me. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well, the world primal possesses no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across a great river of aether. Okay? However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon towards which the primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is coming together or etheric coalescence. Etheric coalescence. Man, this whole thing. No, he's not online. He was online. He was online earlier today, but yeah, he's not there now. You got Tommy here. You've got pretty much Evan. I mean, I don't know what to do. He has been going out a lot on weekends though. Like during the summer, really, he's kind of like a winter watcher, right? When there's less to do outside, he usually stays inside and chills out there. So, which grants the being physical form. Once born, the primal gains strength from his followers, worshippers. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful the god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence of their adherents freely give. In order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempting mortals in a process to which yourself were subjugated. So, just so you guys know, he shot a flame at us, right? He shot a flame at us, and then everybody started worshiping him but her. Yet even Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remain ineffective, to the thanks of the power you possess, the Echo. We know not why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to the primal influence. As though a great power protects us, when the first came to us, I told you that the Echo would be an instrument in dealing with the primal threat. I trust now begin to see why. So recentness is a common trait. Meticulous planning, such as elaborate design, we are now a new... Is this all stretched for you guys? Like, does this look weird? Let me see something. Does this look better? Did me doing that make it look a little better? Oh, wow, it looks a lot better, doesn't it? Okay. I just switched it around. I was playing my ultra wide screen, so I think that's the reason why it was kind of a little off. This is a very long-winded game. I feel like if you're going to have cutscenes this long, your ass should have had voice actors for each one of these long-ass cutscenes. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assure me that they will deal with the aftermath. So you need to concern yourself. So you need not concern yourself that you may rest easy for a time. Suggest you take full advantage of the respite. Sure, it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you have nary a moment to yourself. I still haven't gotten my mount yet. Whether she intended to or not, Mintfila neglected to tell you something I think best hear from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that you rescued. I'm sorry to report that all are to be put to death. The flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be known to the public. Oh, shit. So all of those fuckers are going to die. I was like, seriously, like, quite a bit of them. I swear to you that we would not do this if there was any other recourse, but once a man is tempered... Like it's not even their fault, because the Ifrit cast a spell on them to make them his bitches, basically. This is starting to get dark. They're gonna put these fuckers to death. Like this is not the normal Final Fantasy shit. That shit just got dark. Like, hey, we're gonna put you all. They're so scared of these beings that they're like, you know what, we're gonna kill anything it touches. But once a man is tempered, his tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal who cannot choose but worship. So we the Scions continue our fight, and no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will come to stand with us. But I should be going. I must offer my apology to the Flame General for the losses of his people suffering until next time. Damn. Damn. Oh, he's got more to say. Oh, he's just asking forgiveness from gods. Damn. Damn. That's like, that sucks, dude. Alright, we got more. Mifo is wearing a weary smile. It might have something to do with the newfound fame. With your newfound fame. Apparently I'm famous now. Until not so long... Okay. Until not so very long ago, you were the one many adventurers seeking to make their way in Isra. But for character and courage, you were raised to esteem post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding us in need without a thought of rewarding, confirming to Yada and Plamo that the Scions would benefit your aid, and no sooner had you joined us that you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won flame in doing so. Alas, or won fame, so not flame. Fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have a guest, Jen, or rather, you have a guest. Who the fuck is him? Radiant as always. I am given to understand the Scions in the 7th Dawn, but I have recently welcomed a new hero into the mist. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom Grand Company of Limosum Luminosa to offer said hero a place of... Aha! Here's where I start to get my my mount. Sweet. As you can see, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Ezra. Which organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own? To its end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not only go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit, but they have is evidence of their high regard of you. I am amazing, I know. Find yourself wonderful how the word of Jin's deed spread so quickly that the immortal flames should know their triumphs is to be expected, but of what the other grand companies? What? Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Wraith. 'Tis no ordinary woman who could face a primal and emerge a victor. I imagine your pride that we learned that you began your journey as an adventurer in Gridania. Know the people hold you in high esteem, and that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adder is need of valiant... Hi, Cammy. Come here, doggo. Yeah, I see my baby doggo. Did you just swing open Dad's door? You did. Yeah, kind of a dick thing to do. Yeah. Oh. Time for your meds. Hey, baby girl. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Mistress Wraith. My Comrades speak most highly of glowing terms. A woman of talent belongs in mortal flames. Join our strength, friend, and together let us secure the prosperity future of Ulda. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said that you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you as a friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join our strengths. I'm definitely not joining the Navy. I am quite sure that you need no reminding. Mayhap a brief summary of the situation would be helpful. Clarify your thoughts. As you may know, the Grand Company's all-encompass organizations empowering to call upon the martial economics, technology, and resources of their respective cities. In a time of strife, they are presently three such organizations: Era the Maelstrom of La Masa, Liminosia, the Order of the Twin Adler and Grandia, and the Immortal Flames of Ulda. I'm not sure which one to join. Serving the Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense tasks, with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you'll be furnished with various rewards. Proven yourself to you in your own endeavors. Basically, that's where you get to buy. There is in-game housing, so you get to buy a house wherever, I'm sure, wherever you want. So, if you're agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment to make this day need to be permanent. Hey, what's up, Evan? I'm just playing. I'm still reading. And yet, I concede that's no small choice that you face. I don't even know who... Like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, this is just like a game thing, right? So the thought occurs to me, you will, of course, recall that the three cities are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as a part of the proceedings, I am giving you to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses might help you make an informed decision as to my oh my gosh, what say you, my dear officers? God, man, it's a very high. So Final Fantasy 14. So like World of Warcraft, I play World of Warcraft, but it's not really a story-driven game. It's a grind-driven game. This is a story-driven game. All right, so there's a lot of reading involved. You're as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. So these are like the three companies that all want me to go and join them in this game. There you go. A little better. It's driving me crazy. My head's driving me crazy. I should go put the veteran hat on. What do you think? Should I go put the old man veteran hat on? I'm going to put the old man veteran hat on. Hold on. There we go. Now I got the old man veteran hat on. There you go. That's how we do it. We eagerly await your answer. You know what I want is I want this, but I want it as a beanie. And I have one of my units on here. Here it is. Right here. No, full adventures by the liberty-loving breed, but it's best suited to the disciplined military services. I strongly urge you to join a grand company, while nonetheless, while the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You possess great power gen, and with that is capable of doing untold good. Yet know what great power is, and you won't attract attention. Not at all of it will be friendly. Basically, there will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs to be and you must needs be on the lookout. What, Jesus, these are some rough sentences. Either I just can't read out loud, or these are some rough sentences. Yet however vigilant you are but one woman in the midst of a grand company. However, you will be one woman amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements be shared. Yeah, okay, I get it. That you continue to rely upon your aid. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my god, I'm tired of reading. I just want to get back to gaming. Now then, I expect this of you, be afield more often to the future, such as I would have carry this link pearl with you at all times. I will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Oh, great. She just basically handed her a cell phone and said you can't ignore it. And you have the power to help shape anew. None can say that what the morrow brings, but so long as we believe in ourselves. Blah 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 blah. Oh my god, my head hurts from all the dialogue. I'm leaving. Fuck these guys. I'm already like frustrated. There's so much reading. I'm so bored. What are they? Fifth shift reporting. Fifth ship. Fifth. God, I can't talk. Let's see where I'm supposed to go now. Oh, speak to Taru. Where do I get one of those? See, this is kind of the cool shit. That honestly, this is kind of cool from Final Fantasy, is when you can do shit like this. Obviously, this is a bard. Like, you have so many things that you can be. Samurai, rogue, lancer, pugilist, astrologian, scholar, conjurer, gunbreaker, dark knight, marauder, gladiator. Once I'm done doing archer, I'm gonna do rogue. Sorry about all the attention you're getting. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often. It's okay. Come on, let's go. Okay. I'm afraid that like all we got is dialogue today, guys. We gotta attend the remembrance ceremony again. I think we already did this. Oh shit. Sorry, I need to be level 30 to continue as an archer. Where am I going? That way. Yeah. All right, let's go and see what's up here, I guess. So anything that's marked, so you see how this is marked with the little flame around it? Anything that's marked that is the main storyline for this game. That's kind of all that I'm really interested in right now is the main storyline. Is it muted? Hold on. There you go.
Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization. So nourished by the waters of unity and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor... Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat.
So they're kind of like the tree huggers.
5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity.
We got 3 of these
The scars
cutscenes.
borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed. Each waking hour, a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woe, so beleaguered from within and without, It is of little wonder that our unity now falters.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on the
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man.
There's Hell Lord. What's up, man?
Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania.
Just watching some of the cutscenes from Final Fantasy.
We are gathered here
It's been a long
to
stream
honor the fallen.
already. Everybody telling me I need to do a podcast instead of streaming. Or maybe
Let them
podcasting
be
plus streaming.
honored, not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard.
Oh man, you should put up a photo of it in the Discord when you're done.
And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs.
Dude, I've been
For serenity,
trying for
purity,
months to get a
and
good price.
sanctity.
I'm getting tired of this. I've been trying to get, like, I have a pretty good build. I just want a better graphics card. That's all. I've got a 1660 Titan, which is doing fine. I mean, I can run most
We
games
must
on
think of
high.
the children.
Woods
Right.
will be done.
It's up
I
to
can
us
run
to
most games on high, but I really want a 3070, right? And I have some money set aside for the 3070, but I'm not going to spend $1,200 on it. It's a $400 piece, right? And I'm not going to spend $1,200 on it because there's so many resellers out there that are buying them up as soon as they become available and selling them for like 4 or 5 times what they're actually worth. So apparently it's going to get better, but man, I'm frustrated. Like I've been trying for 6 months to buy it. Like I've been holding on to this money for that long. I'm not willing to spend $1,200. That's more than the rest of my computer.
And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
Yeah, right. I mean, it is kind of. So they are apparently there are some safeguards that are coming in that are going to limit this here in the next couple of months, but I'd be willing to bet the new graphics card will be out by the time they're able to do it. Dude, I am just so tired of the storyline at this point. Like, I still have 2 more of these to go through. So apparently these guys like continuing the intrusion, appetite. I just don't care. Like, there's nothing for me to do. This is so boring. There's nothing for me to do. I heard that the first expansion is actually rather boring, but as you start getting to the other expansions, it picks up. But right now, I'm bored as fuck. I'm so bored. I am so bored right now. Oh no! You know, I just hardwire my shit. Like straight up, I just hardwire my shit. I don't even worry about Wi-Fi. Oh shit! Hold on. I am all of my muscles are so sore from the weight training past couple of days. All I'm doing is like going at lunch and just like weight training and beating the shit out of a bunch of muscles and then coming back home and then continuing work. But it seems to be helping, so oh, hey, I got something I can hand in over here. Be right back. All right. Wait, can I go down this way? No, I gotta go over here, I guess. Where am I trying to go? All right. I need to obviously go... this way? I'm gonna figure this out. It'll be alright. Dude, I'm such a noob at this game. Like, it's painfully obvious that I'm very noobish. It's so painful. There it is. There it is. Okay, we'll go over here. This way. I can't deny that the game is fun. Right? Like, it's definitely fun. Where... Okay, I get where I need to go. I need to go up here. Then this... No. Maybe. Then this way, then here. Okay. There we go. Right there. And we're going to enact this cutscene. All right. Let's take a listen.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanimal herself!
And Roban as well.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
Him saying bosom is awkward. You heading out, Evan? It's not time for you to go to sleep, is it? Oh, haircut. Man, go get your haircut. Get the Gen special. It's good for you. Him saying bosom, though. Oh, God damn it. You received a free company invite to something. Penis for good luck. Oh, my God. Him saying bosom is awkward.
Roban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of
Have a
the
good
old
one, Evan.
dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Nalthal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory.
So these guys are just like the
Alas,
more
they are not.
militaristic of the three.
And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you, line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers.
Ja, for Uldar!
Together we are one.
Your Grace.
Raubon? People of Uldar, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar. Yet those who measured that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
All right, so you kind of have the tree huggers. These guys are basically the military might. Like they obviously like the prosperity versus being able to kill. So
Forsooth!
The time is now! I
Fancy meeting you again.
a long history of conflict with the amount the best tribes and worship the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you've encountered them. The Uldons do not shy away from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. Yeah, so they have dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but of several problems that they have been quite these past 5 years are not going away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ulda has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultan's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Yeah. Basically, these guys got a bunch of people coming into their towns that they can't really take care of, and this is like a militaristic people. So, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm leaning towards the Gardenians. And I'm not big on the Navy, but let's see what they have to say. Who's this? Hold on. How do I see my friends? Social. Friends list. Now he's not on. Okay, cool. Alright, let me see. Where are we at? Where are we going? We're going this way. This place is kind of cool. Like, I like the town. Right? Like, I like the town the most. This town is pretty cool. It would take some time to figure it all out, but I like the town the most. But let's see what they have to say. Did I lose everybody? I lost everybody. Nobody wants to watch me no more. Probably end after I'm done figuring this out, and might revisit this tomorrow.
Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. Yeah. 700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa.
Limsa Lominsa. What a horrible name. I hate it.
I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all!
Long live the Admiral!
Gather the
Okay, again,
lads!
it's highly militaristic.
Where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the 7
Proud
hells,
people,
Admiral.
huh?
Fancy meeting you again.
And he's gonna tell us the bad part of these guys. That's the way that works. The Admiral mentioned that her address Limsum Limciosa is plagued by 2 beast tribes. First are the fish-like Shogun, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. Ooh, love that one. And the second is the kobolds who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal titan of their god. Okay. As if the beasts of the tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans also have chosen to erect a fortress right in the Luminosa's backyard. Yeah, it's true. And to say not of their internal strife, as a nation of pirates, there is no end to blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves... Okay. To this, I expect they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deep shade of crimson ere long. Should, like you, be a valuable addition to the crew is beyond question. Huh. Jen, this is Mifflin. You are, I hope, would be correct in thinking that the final Remembrance service has been concluded. A moment ago, you say, what a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you and our guests from the Grand Company will delight through. We are to have them. Oh my God, I'm not trying to. Her fucking sentences are so goddamn rough. I don't know who to choose. We'll choose tomorrow. On Community Day. I'm gonna end the stream for right now. I got a few things I gotta take care of today and get ready. So it's gonna be a long week for me. All right. And then tomorrow we'll have some fun for Community Day. Maybe play a different game. So I'm gonna sit and choose, but I'll be playing like this all week basically. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you everybody for joining. Don't forget tomorrow after stream we're gonna do a watch party and watch the new Suicide Squad. So come and join. Let's have some fun, and I hope all of you have a great and wonderful